Yeah, you and I could do. Just do a podcast where we'll talk Long Beach. I'll mic you up and we'll go from there. So the story about. So here we go. Content warning. Spoiler alert. I am going to somehow turn this all into a podcast. You are experiencing the raw footage of my Long Beach edition of the Tom Kelly Show. I am here with. Are you shooting my feet? I specifically told you I'm wearing grandpa sneakers, Steve. Specifically told you I'm wearing my grandpa walking shoes. Yes, these are my Nike, not even Nike, they're ASIC. Are you recording? I can't tell with you. Okay, I think Steve's recording. I'm here with Steve Berger, who again is the gateway to our most viral podcast episodes. And we're taking a nostalgic little walk around the west end of Long Beach, which is a drinking neighborhood where my friend Adam Zajac would take me. My friend, ma'am, you just dropped your bag. Ma'am, just if you need it for later. Yeah, there we go. So there we go. Hi, Tom Kelly, helping people with bags. I have a joke for later. Steve, ask me the joke for later when we mic you up later. Tom Kelly, helping old bags with bags. Was that a little mean? Yes, it was. So yeah, we are just wandering the west end of Long Beach. You don't. I won't put you on. You can walk around if you. Nope, never mind. You don't care.
Sorry, I lost something last night.
Hold on. This is the best part. Now you are on. Okay, this is great. So I'm doing a drinking tour of Long Beach for my very successful Instagram. You might have seen me. My name is Matt Rife, and. And we're doing a drinking tour of Long Beach, and the Cabana is a bar I used to drink at, and now here are three women who were liquored up on St. Patrick's Day. They took off the 18th, and now she's looking for her stuff. What are you looking for? Come on over here. We're going to be best friends now. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Are you a teacher? Are you a teacher? Are you a teacher or a cop? Oh, then we can't put her on TV. Now I got to use the blurry face button. That's okay. I have a blurry face button, so we're not going to put you on. But now that we don't know what district you're calling in sick to, and now that we don't know what children are not being educated, what did you lose in the parking lot of the Cabana?
My Apple Watch.
Jesus. She lost her Apple Watch.
I tracked it and it said it should be around here.
Is it still on?
It's dead now. But this morning it was on.
It's dead now, like she was this morning. Hi, back to you, drunk person. Who are your friends? Are they teachers too?
No.
What grade do you teach?
High school.
Don't tell me. Jeez, don't give away too many details. What do you two do that you called in the day after St. Patrick's Day hungover?
I do cybersecurity.
I don't feel good. You know what? Are the Russians off today? What the hell's going on? All right, carry on. This is getting boring, but please follow me. And there'll be a shorter version of this with a blurred face. Don't worry. With a blurred face. Oh my God, you're very sweet. Thank you. Nice to meet you. So I have a story about this place that is amazing. My friend John Fallhaber, who is a great field producer. He works at Chris Cuomo's show now. He set me up with this place in the year 2008 when, pre-Hurricane Sandy, so this place was still a big drinking town, and he set me up to run a comedy show here every Thursday. And off season, it's a little rough and tumble. Is that a good phrase? Rough and tumble? And God bless, my first night here, I am wondering, the owner hasn't paid me. And he keeps avoiding me every time I try to make small talk with him. And I thought the owner was a good guy, but I didn't know him yet. And the owner is a good guy, but I didn't know him yet. And I say to somebody, I'm like, dude, this guy keeps walking away from me every time I try to get my money. Is he ripping me off? And the person said, no. He's just really drunk and not paying attention. And right on that moment, okay, hang on, we're getting beeped, and it's either a fan. How are ya? There we go. That's either a fan or a guy who hates me. It's going to be one or the other. But we're going to keep recording it because this is a treat. There's a man in a Honda HZX3943. I don't think he's an Uber driver. Are you my Uber? I'm trying to figure it out. So there we go. How are you? Good to see you. So that's either a fan or a hater, and I'm thinking the longer to beep, most likely a hater. He didn't yell, "You're great," like the other guy. So I guess that's a good moment to bring up. So finishing my story, should I even bother finishing the story? So finishing the story, I go to get my money from the guy, and the guy's not giving me the money, and they're like, no, Tom, he's really drunk. And right on cue, he gets up on the table to start dancing, and the table falls over with him. So he was really drunk. And I guess that's a moment. Steve and I are walking around, and we're at that thin line of, not all the times you get recognized, you're actually famous. So that guy either saw us recording and was either trying to screw us up, or that guy was recording and he was celebrating me, but he didn't yell, "You were a great job." Steve, do you think he recognized me? And when I say me, I'm saying us, but I'm really saying me, so you feel good about being included?
That's a tough call. I didn't quite understand what he was doing.
And
if
that's
he was a fan, he wouldn't be honking the horn for 20 minutes trying to screw you up.
Yeah, he might have
And
just
if he was
yelled,
a hater, he wouldn't have waved
the finger or something, or go back to, he would have said, "You stink, Tom."
Right.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So that's the magic of today, and I guess we should walk a bit. So we're walking around Long Beach, and that's been today's podcast. So I guess we should probably show a couple of clips from what's happened today, and then we'll record a wraparound. Is that okay, Steve?
Sounds good.
There you go. Every time I think about moving to Long Beach, it takes 45 minutes to drive down here, and then another 45 minutes to find a spot, and then after that hour and a half, I'm over it. Everyone I know who lived in Long Beach in the 1990s and 2000s came out either married or an alcoholic, and in many cases, both. And now a nostalgic walking tour of all the bars I used to hang out at on the west end of Long Beach. The Saloon was the bar where young 20-year-old women would go to get drinks from much older guys, and now I'm the age of those much older guys. Yeah, I hate to say this, I loved Minnesota's, but Minnesota's was like even douchier than the other Long Beach bars. I remember my friends coming here and doing a lot of dancing. I remember me doing a lot of drinking because I didn't want to dance. And I remember being here a lot. I remember always having a good time. And I don't remember anything good happening, but then again, I don't remember much of anything that happened here. All of my nights in the early 2000s ended at the Inn. They had great live music, and there was nothing like that moment at 3 a.m. when the lights would go on and you'd realize that all the women you were flirting with who turned you down were the same women who turned you down last weekend. West End Pizza. I can't tell you how many of my nights ended here while waiting for a cab. A cab was like an Uber, but you couldn't get it on your phone. And back then we didn't have phones, we had beepers. Are we doing our walking tour? Walking tour of... Yeah, come on, I need that.
Come in here, this is good.
Is that your place?
No, this is the resident.
Listen, if you own the place here, yelling across the street makes me love you and promote something.
What do we do? Yell across the street.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just keep yelling. Wait, real quick, you're my age. What bar is the biggest disaster here? I'm trying to remember. I'm coming. This is what I do. I just yell at fans across the street. But you see what I'm saying now? Now, this guy yelling right now probably just got me to go buy the house across the street from my parents in Massapequa. Hey, folks, and if you see me out on Long Island, feel free to yell hi, because every time you yell hi, it gets me closer to buying a house closer to my parents.
Fifth generation Long Beach.
Fifth generation Long Beach. I'm trying to figure out
What do you want to know?
what bar is the, oh my God, I've made a wrong decision bar at the end of the night.
I'm 48 years old.
No, I'm the same age. Like what?
I'm past that.
And can I give you one? Hang on to that. There we go. That might work or might not.
I don't want to be in it.
No, you don't want to be in? Okay. But real good. But like,
So look, see,
like when we were younger, what was the bad decision bar? Was it Minnesota's?
Minnesota's.
You know, like I never had a good time at Minnesota's.
Minnesota's, the Inn. Always
The Inn?
had good times.
Long Beach isn't as exciting as it was in the 90s and 2000s. Back then, all of these houses were little flop houses that were rented out to 20-year-olds. Now, they're $1.2 million mansions, and they're calling Long Beach the new Hamptons. Before Hurricane Sandy, we got to find a good pre-Sandy house. Before Hurricane Sandy, all of these houses were rented out by men and women born in the 1970s. And now Hurricane Sandy hit, they've been raised 8 feet, and now they're owned by men and women born in the 1970s. So it may not be as young and fun as it used to be. You're closer, you're in your 30s at least. It used to be house parties here, and now it's moms with babies here. You want to be in it? I'm very famous. Okay. Okay, I love you. Could you just stay there for a second? No, this is perfect. You're gonna be this big. I swear, I'm famous, and you're gonna I'm Tom Kelly. Yes, I'm not famous, but because real famous people don't yell, "I'm famous," but I'm good. I'm charming. What's your baby's name? 3, 2, 1. Just listen. Poke out for the joke, because this is the joke. You run out if you want to run out. When I was young, when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, bungalows like these were rented out like kids. Oh, fuck. When I was in my 20s, we would rent out, 3, 2, 1. When I was in my 20s, I had friends who would rent out bungalows like these and throw raging parties. Now, I know what I'm saying. 3, 2, 1. When I was in my 20s, bungalows like these were rented out by kids in their 20s who would throw raging parties. And now, after Hurricane Sandy, those bungalows have been lifted up into the air and they're owned by happy couples in their 30s who don't want to move to mainland Long Island. So, whatever the hell happened, that's the end of the show. We met some interesting people. We at least got a good 90-second TikTok out of all that footage, right?
Yeah, at least.
At least a 90-second TikTok. And, so that's the fun thing about, listen, I'll do a longer podcast later. I had a real estate opportunity that I don't know if I want to take coming up. And you get into the joy of this podcast and you guys who have been supporting me. And maybe is Long Island calling me back? When that guy, Kieran, or whatever the hell his name was from the pizza place, yelled, I'm like, maybe Long Island wants me.
They do.
But then the other guy just blaring the horn makes me think, maybe this is why I don't want to live here.
Yes.
Like, is the secret to my future the very town from which I've been trying to escape my whole life? That will be debated more next week. So listen.
Well, I'll sell Long Island to you.
Yeah?
You know how expensive it is on Long Island to live?
How expensive?
No, you know.
Yeah, I do know how expensive. Yeah.
It's really expensive to live here.
Yes.
Know why people live here?
Why?
Because they want to. Because it's great. There's a lot that sucks.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Yeah. Listen, there's also the fantasy of my dream girl in Jacksonville calls me up and says, Tom, get the hell out of here, and I could have that same life for $20,000 less a year in taxes.
But you're in Jacksonville.
Steve wins the podcast.
How much local content are you getting in Jacksonville?
Good point. So, folks, you've sold me, Long Beach. Good night, New York.